Hello YouTube and welcome. I'm Sarah and today I am doing my August wrap up for you. August went by so fast. I didn't get much reading done, so I forget where I'm at in my reading goal. I know I'm behind by at least 6 books, so let's hope I can get some reading on in September. But here are the books I finished in August. The first book I finished was an audiobook I listened to downloaded from Audible, and that was Creativity Incorporated by Ed Catmull. This book is nonfiction and it follows how Pixar got started, and it had some really interesting things that you could probably use in the office, in office life, especially if you wanted to get into management and just kind of how they viewed things and managed their employees. Also had some interesting analogies, definitely, and I've already put some of the stuff I learned to use in my everyday work life. The next book I finished was the first book of the Black Coat Rebellion, and that is called Pawn. It's by Amy Carter. This was another audiobook and I loved it. I gave it 4 of 5 stars. It follows a girl named Kitty who just turned 17, and in this world that they live in, they have to take a test when they turn 17. They're given a rating 1 to 6. 7s are reserved for the leaders of the world or country, I guess. And she's given a 3, which is not very good. These ratings give you, or basically tell you what you're entitled to. It tells you what your pay is going to be, what food you're going to be given. So she doesn't like that she's been given a 3, so she kind of runs away and agrees to become a 7, but she doesn't know what she's agreeing to when she agrees to an agreement to become a 7. And from there, everything gets turned upside down, and she goes through something that's called masking, where she basically becomes somebody else. Turns out there's turmoil in the Hart family. This is the family that runs the country. They're all a whole bunch of 7s. These 7s are just automatically given to them, and they don't have to take the test. So she's now on the inside and kind of without choice, because now she's been forced to play the role of this person that the family has executed. And so she now basically can choose to go along with it and do nothing, or she can go along with it and try to make things better for everybody. So she does what she can to make things better for everybody, but of course there's trouble along the way. And so this is the first book of a trilogy, and it was so good that immediately after finishing it, I went to the Audible store and downloaded the second book, which is Captive, again by Amy Carter. Kitty is now in what is called Elsewhere. This is their prison area where people are secluded and you do anything wrong and you're basically killed, because the government doesn't want to feed you. So, or if you're an extra, if your parents had you without the prior authorization, whatever, they can pay a fee and you are sent and raised in Elsewhere. Not the best of places. So once again, Kitty finds herself stuck in a situation that she's not happy with and is not the greatest. And so they are now working to overthrow Elsewhere. Again, I think I gave this 4 or 5 stars. And again, once I finished the second book, I had to go out and get the third book, called Queen by Amy Carter. So this is the final book of the Black Coat Rebellion, and without getting too much into it, everything kind of starts fitting into place and lining up, and things start happening. So I definitely would recommend the trilogy Black Coat Rebellion by Amy Carter. So go out, check it out. The next book I finished was Ignited by Lori Wetzel. This is book 2 in the Unclaimed series. It is the most recently released book. We're waiting on book 3. I was given this book for free from NetGalley in exchange for an honest review, so I will post a link to my blog review so you can check that out. The book follows Maddie, who is a teenager, just kind of coming of age, and she has some special abilities. And her soul is basically being fought over, so it's kind of like the brink of a world war almost between the angels and the demons, and there's some interesting things that happen, some interesting abilities that Maddie has, and there's a little bit of a romance as MJ, a angel that has kind of, I guess, found Maddie. I did not read the first book, so I'm not sure how they're introduced. But he is trying his best to protect her and figure out exactly what her abilities are while trying to help her through it, and also dealing with these feelings of his own, because he was killed a long time ago, and so he never really got to do the whole dating thing. And there's a funny scene at the beginning where they're about to go out to dinner with Maddie's parents, and the parents suggest that, you know, the two of them kind of come with, and he says how great it would be to go on a double date with them. So I thought that was funny. I was definitely very much wanting to read this book, had all the feels, and could not wait to get home from work and have some free time to be able to read it. Did not have much free time though, which is why it took me so long to read it. So I would definitely recommend it, so go check it out. You can also find the first book, Unclaimed by Lori Wetzel. And those were all the books I finished in the month of August. I'm hoping September will be better. I am not being backup for anybody this month as far as I'm aware at work, so hopefully I will have some more free time and be able to read and film more videos, obviously, because I've been absent from YouTube. And I will hopefully see you soon in another video. TTFN!